Okay, could I get a motion to move back into open council, please? Thank you, Councillor Black. Can I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Hawkins. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Okay, I'd now like to present the outcomes of today's confidential matters. Item 10.1 is the Economic Precinct Southern Approach for Stage 1 funding agreement that Councillor Hope and Councillor Hawkins declared a pecuniary interest in, and the recommendation was passed 4 votes to 1, authorise the signing of the Restart New South Wales Funding Deeds RNSW 2005 accepting the funding. Item 10.2, Crindi Landfill Contract. The recommendation, 1, Council enter into a contract with Marinda Recyclers Crindi Proprietary Limited for the management of the Crindi Waste Facility until 30 June 22. The reason for this decision is due to the short life of the Crindi Waste Facility, and it's unlikely that a competitive tender will be received for its management, and this was carried unanimously. Item 10.3, the proposed basketball and netball court tender RFT 06-2020. There was a 2-part motion. Approve the tender provided by the Courtcraft Australia Proprietary Limited at their tendered price of $425,514.19. And Part 2, approve the provisional items included in the Courtcraft Australia Proprietary Limited at their tender price for Scenario 3 of $162,194.73. That was also carried unanimously, and for the members of the public, that is the start of our sporting precinct and our basketball courts and our tennis courts. So fantastic news to hear. Thank you, Nathan and your team, and Donna and your team. I know it was a joint effort. The next item is 10.4, the appointment of external independent members to the Audit and Risk and Improvement Committee. For members of the community that are out there watching, Council has a government mandated Audit and Risk and Improvement Committee that have independent members on it that come in and assist Council in putting in better practices and processes and procedures and audit our procedures to see how we're travelling. And there is a 2-part recommendation. 1, appoint Mr. Tony Harb, Ms. Trish Kirkland and Mr. Michael O'Connor to the Audit and Risk and Improvement Committee for a term of 3 years commencing the 1st of September 2020 and concluding on the 1st of September 23. 2, appoint Mr. Michael O'Connor as chairperson and Ms. Trish Kirkland as deputy chairperson to the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee. And this was also passed unanimously, and I would like to thank our management team, Kian, and the previous Audit Risk Committee for their work in this space to get to the point of appointing these people and getting us to the point where we're compliant. So thank you very much to those 2 members of the Audit Risk Committee, Councillor Webster and Councillor Black, for your work in the past, and the previous independent members of Cole Stewart, Graham Marchant and who was the third? Jim McDonald, sorry. I'd like to thank those 3 members for their tireless hard work on that committee as well. And look forward to seeing the new committee in place and functioning. Okay, and I think that's covered it. And if that's the last thing in confidential, I would now like to move a motion to move back into open council. Thank you, Councillor Black, Councillor Hawkins. All those in favour? And I'd now like to declare the meeting closed, and I'd like to thank the public for watching our first live stream, and please send us some feedback.